Yo, what's up guys? Jetxc here. Hopefully you guys have been doing good, and we got a couple of more days to the live stream for Browndust2. I'm pretty excited. I know a lot of you are pretty excited. We'll finally get to see the kits for some of the characters, and we'll get the full reveal of the cutscenes for a lot of the characters. So it's going to be pretty cool, honestly, guys. And right now, currently, I know we've got the new PvP mode. I think I'll talk about that down the line, but we have three new, well, not new, but we have three bunnies that are rerunning, right? We've got Celebrity Bunny Loen, we've got Masquerade Bunny Celia, and of course, Eclipse Nightmare Bunny, right? All three are limited. All three of these are classics, and a lot of people have been wondering like who to pull for in particular. And you know, I always like to say, because they're limited, definitely at least get a copy of each, right? And then if you want, wait to see the kits of the other characters. But I do want to say this, right? And we're just gonna kind of talk about it. So real quick, before we get into like the roadmap, out of the three units, I would have to say Bunny Celia is the most useful. I think you should at least get Bunny Celia to +1. If we take a look at her here, let's get a look at her preview. So at +0, she's 4 SP. At +1, she's 3 SP. So you at least want to get her +1 in my opinion. And if you're looking to max a unit, I'm going to be honest, I think the unit that's going to be the most worth it to max is going to be Celia. Just because Bunny Celia is so useful in so many comps because of her chain reinforcement, right? Apply 1 chain reinforcement to yourself, for 6 turns. Attack the enemy 3 times, dealing magic damage equal to 160% of your magic attack, right? So with that chain reinforcement, that will benefit any team, right? It doesn't even have to be the same element. She can even be on a physical team. She is just overall a great unit. Now, Bunny Eclipse, I think Bunny Eclipse as a costume by itself is solid. I think she helps in a lot of unique content depending on what you're doing, like Tower of Salvation, or maybe any of the towers that you have to climb. But in general, Eclipse, especially Bunny Eclipse, is not what it used to be. She used to be busted, and now there's really not too much use for this costume, especially when it comes to like Fiend Hunt or even Guild Raid, right? And even as you get to higher tier levels, like in I don't know, Tower of Salvation or things like that, she becomes really situational, probably based on like her SP battery gain, right? And things like that. I think it's worth investing in multiple copies of Eclipse if you have her other costumes. But I know a lot of you obviously want this costume because, let's be real, this was like the first costume to kind of show the pivot for this game, Browndust2, right? So honestly, as long as you have a copy of Eclipse, I think that's enough. But if you've got the extra tickets, which hopefully you guys do because this is going to be a crazy patch, I would obviously suggest getting her. It's going to be tough, man. It's gonna be real tough. I think just the copy would be fine, right? Because you're dealing with just like buffs to her damage overall. So however many copies you want, but at least make sure you have her as limited. And then Bunny Loen, I'm gonna be honest, if you don't have her other costumes, I would just get a copy of Bunny Loen and wait for yourself to grow and power when it comes to Loen and her other costumes. Especially Track and Field Loen. Track and Field Loen is a good, nice to have for the magic buff that you'll get for Celebrity Bunny Loen. But again, completely up to you, right? If you want to max out on Loen, definitely go for it. I mean, she will be helpful in this Fiend Hunt, right? She'll be super helpful in this Fiend Hunt and other Fiend Hunts involving fire. But it really depends on you. Yeah. So, I mean, if we take a look at her costume here, I think at +1, you'll get her at 6 SP. So I guess I've always talked about my rule when getting a costume that has 7 SP. I always get it to +1 if they have 7, because 7 is just unbearable. So yeah, if you're gonna go for little Bunny Loen, I would highly suggest +1. If not, I'm be honest, get it for collection and don't use her, because 7 SP is ridiculous, man. Okay, so let's just quickly talk about the roadmap here. I'm gonna bring it up for you guys. Now, when it comes to this whole thing, you have a little bit of time when it comes to most of the bunny costumes. You've got this entire month pretty much, at least for Eclipse, and then Bunny Celia you have until early next year. Same thing with Bunny Loen, you've got until mid next year for Bunny Loen. But keep in mind, guys, we will have the limited pickup for Darian and Elanir coming, right? And I think a lot of people forget that Wilhelmina is free, and then the Prestige skin for Zenith is on the 16th as well. So yeah, you're gonna want to save up for Darian and Shadow Bunny Elanir. I think Darian, her second costume is gonna be really, really good. Same thing with Innocent Bunny Tier, but that's gonna be towards the end of the year. So yeah, do your best to kind of save up. If you do want to spend money, honestly, now is the best time with the sales that they're having. But yeah, make sure you get your Fiend Hunt done. Make sure you're getting all your tickets because it's going to be pretty crazy. And like they've said, they've got over like 500 free draws. That includes like daily free pulls too, guys. So also keep that in mind as well. But yeah, that's really all I have to say when it comes to like all the bunny characters and then prepping. We've got a couple more days, like I said earlier, until the live stream, so it should be pretty exciting. And then obviously we'll go through the new costumes and things like that, and it'll be pretty fun. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I am out. Later.